Happy Friday. Don't you love Friday, especially when you have such a great job and you can work the weekend if you want to or because you want to, right? Best job ever. So we're going to do a two for today because these things kind of roll together. So we're going to talk about two things. One, porch drops. Two, non-responsive customers. So first, let's say you have a contact me order or just contact me order, and your customer has not responded to your welcome text, or maybe they did and now they're not responding to your substitution texts, and you're ready to check out and you don't know what they want and you don't know what to do. So what do you do? Well, I'll give them anywhere from 5 to 15 minutes to respond. This depends on what is going on that day, how busy it is, how close I am to their delivery window. But you really want to give them at least 10 minutes to respond. If they're not responding, call them. Use your phone. Hello. Hi, customer. I sent you a couple of texts, if they don't answer, about some substitutions on your order. Could you check that, please, and either give me a call back or reply? I'd appreciate it. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. And then you hang up and you leave that nice message. And then hopefully, usually 99% of the time when I make that phone call, they don't answer. And then it prompts them to check their text messages. And then I get a quick, immediate response. And so sorry, yada, 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 yada. So what if they don't? What if they don't answer? Go ahead and send a text that says something like, and make this yours, not mine. Hey customer, I just sent you a message I just left you a voicemail. I'm gonna go ahead and substitute your apples and pear baby food for apples and bananas. I don't know, there's so many different kinds of baby food. And give them a list of what you're going to select for them. I generally try to take something to the member. If there's not a good substitute, or if it's a very specific specialty item, then I might leave it off. If it's a higher price item like meat, I'm probably going to try and call them twice, like steak meat. I'm not talking about like just simple chicken breast or something like that. You can find another brand or substitution for that usually. But if you're getting a high-end steak, I'm gonna maybe try to call my customer twice or give them a little more time to respond, because that's a lot of their money to make a decision on, and it's not something that can be returned back to the store. So, use your discretion and common sense and best judgment there. But so if you don't hear from your customer, go ahead and send that text. I'm going to go ahead and check out with such and such and such items and make that decision for them. It at that point has become a use best judgment order. So you will just check out, process as usual. If you hear from the customer between the time you check out before you've processed and processing, so before you process the order, you can still make those changes. Once you've left the store, your perishables can't go back. So just hang tight for a few more minutes if it's not time to go yet, or you have a couple more minutes, half time, whatever, and see if you can get a response from them. Go ahead and send them a text. Hey, I have checked out. I'm heading to the car now. I should be there in 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever, however much your delivery time is. Hopefully they'll be okay with all your substitutions. If they are not, you can return non-perishables back to the store and get them a credit, and then put the credit from the return back on your Shipt card. You can just run it straight as a credit. If it's a perishable item, then you can let them keep it, and you can contact Shipt, just chat on their behalf and let them know that they weren't thrilled with it, and then Shipt will use their discretion whether or not to give them a credit on that item. Typically they will. So usually they're very apologetic. So now, hopefully that answers that question. Just give them time, be respectful. I know your job is very time conscious, but guess what? You are the service provider for this customer. And at the end of the day, you want a happy customer. So if it puts you behind 5 or 10 minutes, maybe you have too much built into your day and need to take it easy and slow down and back off of orders. And that's just the reality. And sometimes I know especially in the evenings and Sunday afternoon especially, it can get really busy and backed up, and non-responsive customers can be a problem. But remember that especially on Sunday afternoon, most of the world's hanging out and chilling out and relaxing, and they're not really thinking about how their text responsiveness is affecting your day. So give them time, text them, call them, and then text them again what items you're substituting, and then just go, and you're good to go, okay? So rolling into what happens when you get to their house, I'm going to insert something in the middle. A lot of customers leave a note that says, please leave on porch, or they'll tell you in a text message, please leave on porch. Sometimes this is because of dogs. Sometimes they're working. Sometimes they just prefer that, or it takes them a while to get to the door and they'd rather wait until you leave. It is absolutely okay to leave items on the porch at the customer's request. If you do not have permission from the customer, you do not leave items on the porch. So if your customer does not answer the door, what do? Leave them on the porch and just go? Nope. Now, I have customers that 9 times out of 10 will do a porch drop, and maybe this one time they forgot to leave a note. If they're not answering the door, I know that customer and I have a relationship with them, and I know their habits, and so I know it's okay. And I'll wait like 5 or 10 minutes, and if they don't come to the door, I don't want to just keep beating their door down when I'm 99% confident that they're working and trying to do things. Then I'll shoot them a text, hey, I'm going to leave these on the porch like we did last time. Since you're not answering, I don't want to keep texting and knocking. So, and usually they're like, oh yes, I meant to leave that note, blah, blah, blah. But if you don't know the customer, or it's not their habit to leave it on the porch, you absolutely do not leave it on the porch without express permission from Shipt or from your customer. So what if they don't answer? What do you do now? You're going to, again, wait 5 to 10 minutes. You're going to, before you wait 5 or 10 minutes, you're going to, I typically will text and say I'm here when I pull up at their house. I'll get the groceries to the door. If they haven't come to the door, I'll wait a minute maybe, and then I'll either knock or ring the bell. I prefer knocking to ringing the bell because of dogs and sleeping babies. And then I will just wait patiently, and I'll maybe text them again in 3 or 4 minutes and say, hey, I'm here. Would you like me to leave these on the porch, or just wait? And kind of wait to hear from them. Usually they'll get there, but if they don't, give them 5 or 10 minutes, call Shipt headquarters or chat with them. It's usually easier to call or chat because they're going to actually call the customer and see if they can get in touch with them. So if you're on chat and they're on a call, you can keep watching to see if you get a text or a response from your customer. So they'll try to reach out to the customer, and then they will tell you what you need to do, whether that be to leave the items on the porch or wherever, with maybe if it's an apartment, maybe with the front desk if that's an option. And typically though, if you're getting absolutely no response from the customer and neither is Shipt, you will be returning the items back to the store. Again, perishables do not return. Those are yours to keep or donate. And what you want to do is return all non-perishable items to the store for credit on your Shipt card, on that little green card that you pay for your orders with. All right, so I hope that this was helpful. I cannot tell you how many posts I see or private messages or texts I get. What do I do? What do I do when the customer's not answering? So hopefully this answers that question, and please share it with your friends. If you found this helpful, hit that thumbs up button so I know that you found it helpful, and I'll just keep on rolling them out. Be sure and hit subscribe. Sometimes these go up in the lounge, sometimes they don't. Sometimes I might add a little bonus material that I don't post into the Facebook groups. So if if you want to make sure you see them, hit subscribe and turn on your notifications, okay? Have a great weekend, shoppers, and I'll see you again on Tuesday for Tip Tuesday, and we'll do Sunday funnies on Sunday. Okay, bye-bye.